What's up? Like, are we actually surprised? Do you actually think that the Dallas Cowboys, who've never beaten the Broncos since 1995, 7 years before I was born, was gonna win this game? You're on crack, folks. Broncos win 44-24 and about to ass. Like, they beat the shit out of the Cowboys. That Cowboys defense is Swiss cheese. It's barbecue chicken. It's not good. It's not a good defense. And, they had injuries to the secondary as well throughout the game. But they got lucky, too, with some. That should have been a fumble recovery, but it's whatever. Let's go over to scoring drives and then the stats. Aubrey got a field goal because Bo Nix threw a terrible interception. He meant to throw it to Troy Franklin, but he I think it was just off. So, you know, it was whatever. It was a bad interception, but guess what? He recovered. They drove down the field. R.J. Harvey, touchdown, 40 yards. Beautiful for him. Happy to see him play good. I love R.J. Harvey. Um, but he hasn't had a good game. Like he had a good game against the Titans, and then he had a nice touchdown against the Bengals. But other than that, he didn't really contribute. But today, it was his game, man. Only 42 yards, but two of them were touchdown. One of those 2 yards was a touchdown. So, yeah, Harvey was was good today. So, there's a touchdown. And Troy Franklin, third and long. Bonex just chucks in. Franklin slides in the front of the end zone for a touchdown. It's 14-3. Then second quarter, Cowboys get back in the game with a 1 yard Javonte Williams touchdown. Shout out to him. He's a great running back. I love Javonte Williams. But he's a goal line merchant at the end of the day. Speaking of goal line merchant, R.J. Harvey, touchdown. Touchdown on a Wildcat, which was pretty cool. I thought he was going to throw it the bow. Eventually, they will do that. Eventually, R.J. Harvey's going to do. They're going to do a Wildcat with R.J. Harvey throwing a touchdown to someone. They tried to throw a touchdown last week. The Bulls didn't work. 2-point conversion was failed. The 10 to Evan Ingram. I thought he got held, but it's whatever. 20-10. And then the Broncos get a bunch of stops. They don't allow a single point after that. And then corner of the end zone. What a dime from Bo Nix on a little fade to Pat Bryant. It's a touchdown. 27-10, and I knew it was over. I knew it was over. And then Cowboys with a little threat. They drive down the field. Javonte, too many penalties in that drive for sure. Javonte Williams 1 yard touchdown, 27-17. Broncos drive down the field. It should have been a touchdown, but Adam Trautman for offensive pass interference, and also with dropped touchdown from Cortland Sutton, which I think he'll get a touchdown eventually. He'll get it back. He'll get his lick back. But we got a field goal, 13-point game. And then this was the dagger. This was the dagger, folks. Troy Franklin wide the fuck open in the corner of the end zone for a touchdown. Second of the game. This was his best game as a pro. 4 touchdowns this year. 2 2-point conversions. Troy Franklin's a beast. He's starting to get going. R.J. Harvey, 5-yard catch. Kind of similar play that they did against the Giants. And it's 44-17, and that's all she wrote. They put Stidham in. The Cowboys put their backups. Joe Milton threw a touchdown to Jake Tolbert, a.k.a. Chris Paul, and that's the ball game, 44-24. They blew the shit out of the Cowboys. They covered the spread by a mile. They played a great game. They won the trenches. The offensive line was great. Didn't allow a sack. Let's go over the Cowboy stats. Dak Prescott was stinky. 2 sacks, 2 interceptions. Joe Milton, touchdown. He looked solid, but again, Broncos weren't really trying. Playing prevent. They played their backups. Hopefully, Patrick Surtain's all right. Hopefully, Zach Allen as well was all right. Hopefully everyone's all right there. Javonte Williams didn't really get a big run, but 41 yards, 2 touchdowns, good for him. Dak Prescott had some nice runs. Blue fumbled. It should have been a fucking lost fumble, but the refs, they had Jerry Jones had to pay the refs for one call. George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb, solid games. Close. Both had 70 plus yards, but they were foul baiting as well. They were trying to get PI calls. They were just, fucking George Pickens was doing this. Peekaboo, peekaboo. Like, fuck you, George Pickens. You suck. They're great. This is a great team. They have a good offense, but their defense is terrible. Chris Paul, Tolbert had a touchdown. Jake Ferguson had nothing. Like, no tight ends had a touchdown today, it was National Tight Ends Day. Schoonamaker had nice reception. That's really it. Blue fumbled it, recovered by Brock Hoffman. That was a fumble recovered by McMillan, but it's whatever. Won the game by 20. Who gives a shit at the end of the day? But still, you got to get the calls right, NFL, you fucking idiots. 0 sacks. Like, Bo Nix was clean. Briggs had the interception on the terrible throw. Turpin, he didn't really do that much. I think he had one, like, almost solid return, like, to the 34. So, those are right. Aubrey, he's great, 1 for 1, even though it was a chip shot. They didn't really get into his range because the Broncos defense limited him. And that's really it. Let's go with the Broncos. Bo Nix, complete game. Other than that interception, it was a complete game. I didn't cringe at all. They were throwing the ball down the field. Less screens, and when they were doing the screens, they had blockers, and screens to Franklin were great. So Bo Nix had a great game, man, and he redeemed himself with that touchdown to Pat Bryant. Pat Bryant was like, "You owe me one," and he did. So he gets the game ball there for Pat Bryant, first career touchdown. Congrats. Hopefully, hopefully he develops, and hopefully he's like Troy Franklin, where obviously he gets eased in like this week. It was week 8, so it took him 8 weeks to get his first touchdown, but he had a solid game, contributed. The running game was great, 179 yards. J.K. Dobbins, great, 111 yards. He'll get a touchdown eventually, but he had a bounce back game compared to the last 2 weeks. R.J. Harvey was amazing, 2 touchdowns, a big 4-yard run. Mims had a couple nice runs as well. Franklin was great. Troy Boy, two touchdowns. Cortland Sutton had that nice deep catch, but he should have had a touchdown earlier. He had 2 opportunities. One was fucking Troutman's fault. One was his fault for dropping it, but he makes clutch passes. He's the reason why we won last game as well with that jump ball catch. Evan Ingram again. He's not flashy. He's not the best tight end in the league, obviously, but he's more reliable than anything we had last year. R.J. Harvey with that receiving touchdown in the corner. Defensively, played all right. Singleton was actually all right today. Jake Ferguson had nothing, literally nothing. So, get locked up. Welcome to the Singleton Penitentiary, which is like one person, which is fucking Jake Ferguson. Aber Strain, they all got playing time because, Pat Surtain got hurt. Hopefully they're all right. Shoulder and then shin. Hopefully they're right. If they need him to sit him until the Raiders game, that's fine. It's whatever. We're gonna get Dre Greenlaw back too, and I like Chris Abrams' strain. So, John Franklin Myers had a nice sack. He fucking pushed Dak, and then he got a wrap of him. And then Zach Allen, even though it didn't really matter, still had a nice sack there, a full sack. So 2 sacks. Cowboys O-line is pretty good. They know how to draft the offensive line, so of course you're not gonna get to them. Next, the interceptions. This is what we were complaining about the first few weeks with the Broncos. Was not getting the turn. They should have had 3 turnovers, but not getting the turnovers. Jahdae Barron had a nice interception, saved the field goal potentially because they were midfield, but Brandon Aubrey's leg is fucking. He has an accurate leg, good power. And then Tillman, I thought he would go all the way. That big boy, Like DeAndre Tillman's a good signing. You need guys, you need depth players, and DeAndre Tillman put him in great position to score a touchdown. So, yep, Marvin Mims had a nice return to the 50, and um, that got a field goal. So Mims played solid. You know, he contributed. Cross only 2 punts, 80 yards. I like Jeremy Cross has been a good player. He was our best rookie till today. Now it's R.J. Harvey. It's R.J. Harvey now. 5 touchdowns this year. Crazy. But that's all I gotta say, guys. Great team win. Belt the ass to the Cowboys. Good luck to the Cowboys rest of the year because you play the Chargers. I think you play the Raiders too. Chargers, Raiders, and Chiefs. I think you play all the other teams. That you play the rest of the West. So good luck to those games. Um, I don't hate the Cowboys. I just hate their fans and the brand. Um, I don't hate the team as well. Like it's a good team. You have good offensive weapons. Defense is just dog shit. But that's all I gotta say, guys. Peace. On to Houston. We gotta go back to back against Texas and get our win. Get to number 7. Um, the team is out of schedule. I never thought. I said they would win 11 games. Could be more. Could be more. But if they get to 11, I'll be happy. But we're going for the division now. We're shooting for stars, man. Shooting for the fucking stars. Go Broncos. Let's get a W in Houston and rest up and peace.